What's the weirdest thing that ever happened at a Thanksgiving here for you guys?
Weirdest thing.
I mean, usually it's just like someone is very annoying or off-putting.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
To a point where everyone just wants to be in a different room or turn up the football game loud as possible or, something like that.
Yeah.
I can't really think of anything too outrageous other than like, oh, this person was annoying as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty chill holiday. I can't think of like any like...
Sometimes it'll be me, like, I don't eat Thanksgiving food. No, like, you don't eat this ever. I try to eat healthy, and then I always get pressured into eating like 3 plates.
Right.
Yeah.
And then I have horrible explosive diarrhea. So I think it's me. I think they're just like, is Caleb still in there? I just ate a pound of mac and cheese and gravy and
just ate 45,000 calories in 2 minutes.
Because it's always living out here, going back to the South, they're like, Hollywood, I bet you don't have gravy.
You want a cube of fat?
Sure. Right. And so they bully me into eating 9,000 calories.
I ain't feeding you out there, boy.
Yeah.
Every time. They like poke my belly. I'm like, what are you doing?
Take your shirt off and keep poking your belly. Look at you, Hollywood.
Yeah.
Now roll over. Let me tickle you.
I remember when you were a baby. You were a cute baby.
Now drink from this bottle.
Yeah, I know. I would do the same thing, but it sucks when you go back and you're like, no, I'm from here. I just moved to L.A.
Right. Yeah.
I always stick the turkey up his ass.
Hollywood.
Yeah, I've eaten the fat cubes, okay? I didn't forget.
You're up here.
Now that I think about it, I used to drink a lot, and I don't remember a lot of Thanksgiving. So I could have done something.
I would pick the cousins that I get drunk with, and we would just get drunk and eat a lot of food, I guess.
Smashed, yeah.
Yeah.
Be like, this is boring as shit. I hate my grandma.
I would have the one uncle who would like wait until my parents were around me, and then he'd be like, "You masturbating?"
Right now?
Yeah.
I was like, in general, in my life, I don't know.
I can, big boy, if you want.
Dude,
He's like, "Nah, I'm just kidding."
that's like a Squid Game thing where it's like, eat a Thanksgiving dinner, try to get a boner.
That's like
nearly impossible.
That's like weird. He's trying to embarrass you in front of your parents by doing that, but asking a child if they're masturbating is far more insane.
I would always turn around to my parents and be like, "Yes, because I have a healthy sexual appetite." And I would explain to them why masturbation is healthy.
Oh, boy.
No, I wouldn't do that. I would just get really red in the face. You'd be like, "No."
Yeah, because if you say yes, what's he going to be like? Yeah. How?
That's the thing. You just,
do it.
What's your style?
Yeah.
That's the thing. You got
classic style.
You got
to mean potatoes, run for your money, sort of thing.
You got to yes and that and just see where it goes, baby.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah, hey, he gets off on like making people uncomfortable.
I love that.
Yeah.
So Trump voter?
Probably. Not listener of this podcast.
Yeah, of course.
Which I feel free reign to talk shit about him.
Well, Ross Yoder, writing for BuzzFeed, compiled some trashy Thanksgiving stories based off a recent prompt on Reddit. So it was, what's your trashiest Thanksgiving story? So I was going to share a couple of these. Susa Rooney says, "My aunt invited us all over to her house for Thanksgiving, which was out of state. All food and drinks were going to be provided by them, so our family offered to bring anything, just as a thank you. But my aunt insisted that we shouldn't. Dinner was good. Overall, great Thanksgiving. Well, about a month later, we got a Venmo request from her
What?
asking for
God.
$75.
Just like the Pilgrims.
$75 to cover the cost of the meal. Some of these are so villainous that I'm kind of like, I kind of love this. You guys, it's like, I wouldn't have charged you if you had entertained me.
Well, this is why you say let's go Dutch at the beginning. You don't pop someone with a Venmo request after it's done. You know what I mean?
It.
The food is eaten.
Also, just charging someone for coming to a house party
For Thanksgiving
through.
is
It's just absurd.
She says, my parents were furious as we had just spent a lot of money to go and see her. Yeah, again, out of state too. So it's like a wedding situation. Like, all right, here's the fucking whatever. I came all this way. Here's the cheapest gift on the registry. Fucking be happy. You can't Venmo me for the hex-clad pans. They honestly wouldn't have been mad if it weren't for the fact that she didn't even tell anyone this when she was giving out invitations. So yeah,
That's not even an invitation.
yeah, no,
That's
no.
like Now I just live with you and we're splitting groceries.
That's a transaction. Yeah.
What the hell?
And they included a screenshot of the Venmo request too, and it just said like Thanksgiving dinner, $75.
Just decline it.
Yeah, straight up.
Just decline it.
That is a. I didn't see this. If you want to have the fight, we'll have the fight, but we're doing it in person.
Eye for eye. See you next year. You know?
Yeah.
Oh,
This person, Ice Cream and Kitten, says, my uncle made a scene about having dropped something on the floor. When he was sure enough of us were now paying attention to him, he bent over to pick it up, and his shirt rode up, and we saw a tramp stamp tiger crawling out of his butt crack.
no!
It was.
were wild.
Yeah. This is even better, though. It was a temporary tattoo that he had my aunt help him put on specifically for this one joke.
Oh, genius.
So I love this guy too. Like again, like as I was going through these, I was just like, oh, that's ridiculous. Then the more I think about it, I'm like, actually, that's pretty great.
That is great.
A joke that nobody gives a shit about.
That's better than getting that Venmo request.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like you had your wife put a tattoo on your ass so that you could then be like, I dropped something. Hey, everybody, I dropped something.
At a wedding, at a cousin's wedding, there was like that. I have family who lives out in California, and that everyone was met up for this wedding.
Yeah.
And all of my uncles are bald. So the two California cousins were putting temporary tattoos on the uncles' heads.
Uh-huh.
And they like held this one guy, and they were like putting like all these like my favorite pony or whatever tattoos on his forehead. And I remember him pulling me off to the side and him going like, "Don't you hate it when people like fuck with you?"
And there's no humor in it at all.
Yeah, he was so mad. But he had all these like fucking temporary tattoos on his bald head while he was telling me this.
You know I could fight. Your aunt didn't tell you about that, but I can fucking fight. I'll fucking fight right now.
You probably take their side, don't you, Hollywood?
Yeah.
Like, they live in San Francisco.
It's North Hollywood.
All right.
You live in the state of Hollywood?
Yeah, dude.
I saw Hollywood went blue.
Yeah.
You have anything to do with that?
Now, how do you jack off?
Do you like sit on your hand and then do I do the stranger personally. You ever do that?
I do the wanderer. It's where you do two strangers and switch them up.
I do the Vance where I put two couch cushions together and I put a little sex jelly between it and then I have my way with it. Anyways, try some of his macaroni salad. It's pretty good.
Carter, you'll love this one. Chanda Bear, the woman my cousin just married, stole a Costco-sized box of individually wrapped Cheez-Its from my garage.
What?
Wow.
So it's one of those huge boxes. It's the little bags you put in the lunchbox for the kids.
Sure.
So it's like 1,000 of them, and she stole the whole fucking box.
How do you get away with that?
I don't know, but I love it. I happened to notice they were gone when putting food away in the fridge. I asked about it publicly, and she looked up, started stuttering, and then went to get them out of her car. She returned with the excuse, I just thought these were mine.
I thought these were mine.
She says, I had a box just like them at home. It's like, and you thought you brought 5 million Cheez-Its to Thanksgiving.
That's a drug addict level.
That's why I'm like, just let them have it. Like, it's gotta be like a $20 bag.
Well, they don't need it. They did it to steal it.
Yeah.
They didn't fucking need this. This is not a necessary item.
But how much could that box of
exactly? Why didn't they fucking buy one then?
Well, they did. They just thought that was the one they had already somehow, and it transported to a different home.
So
that's
crazy,
not my I left my fentanyl at home. So you accusing it of being mine is weird.
This one is very short. Export I. My uncle poured Crown Royal on his turkey and ate it.
Whoa, okay. That's a cool guy.
Fuck yeah.
You must have had places to be. It's like, I got to get drunk and fat and stupid. Then I got to go home.
I just feel like this is the lower level uncle behavior of the temporary tattoo guy. It's like the tattoo guy has a plan. This guy's just pure chaos.
Well, you got to think this guy's like 8 drinks deep by the time he does this move. This isn't like your start of the drinking fucking day.
It's going to sound weird. It's going to sound weird, but
it's fucking good.
It's fucking good.
I learned it in the military.
If you even got a drink when you're eating.
Yeah.
Dude. That's insane.
Sex and Books says, My husband's brother and his other brother's wife always disappeared for about 20 to 40 minutes at the same time every Thanksgiving. This happened
hit a J-Rock outside.
Well, this happened 4 years in a row before anyone got nosy enough to go looking for them. And my sister-in-law is now married to the Thanksgiving hookup brother.
What?
Oh.
Yeah, dude.
Wow.
That was an amazing 20 to 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I just like that everybody knows.
That's like a whole story.
I know, it's
That's
perfect.
like a movie.
Why don't they just get each other's information and do it later?
It's hotter.
Yeah, yeah, it's true, yeah.
After you get a big belly full of food and you're like, let's go fuck.
Yeah.
I'm going to fall
40 minutes.
Let's push on each other till it just sort of comes out.
I've never been more turned on.
Dude, I'm so thankful for this family.
I love this family. I'm going to pour Crown Royal in my face. Oh.
Yeah.
Look at the tiger on my butt. Nope, get closer to it. Get closer to it.
Get closer.
Did you exclude a bunch of like sad ones of these? Because I feel like for like the trashy Thanksgiving stories I've heard of, these are pretty like no one's knocked over a table or thrown a punch or anything.
One time my
like
uncle
that.
blew his brains out in the other room, Boogie Night style.
Well, we hit a couple of them last year. My favorite from last year was the dad who was deathly allergic to shrimp, who ate shrimp and then just sat there and was just like, "No, I'm not going to the hospital." It was like his face was like
no.
3 times too
Jesus.
big, and they're just like, "We have to take you." No. Trying to outman an allergy is
dude.
fucking great.
I'm fine.
Yeah, literally. And he took his food in like another room because they kept bothering him.
Oh, I'm sorry. When people look like this in Hollywood, do they have to go to the hospital?
This is Moby 323. My wife's family decided we would all make homemade ice cream instead of doing traditional desserts. So that's kind of fun. It was fun, and all the kids enjoyed it a lot. But when we were done making the ice cream, my wife's aunt put that homemade ice cream aside and proceeded to pull out some store brand ice cream to serve the kids. She explained that the homemade ice cream was for the adults only, so the kids would get store-bought because, quote, they couldn't appreciate the good stuff anyway. Yes!
What?
Love it. It's just the biggest villain of all time.
God. Artisan ice cream,
But
not
they
for
made
kids.
it. That's the best part. Is like you made the kids make the ice cream. It's like, actually, fuck you.
Oh, man.
Life ain't fair, kids. This is
Get used to toiling your youth away to
Yeah.
please older people.
Also, keep in mind, this is all spurred from this woman being a cheap bitch and
Yeah.
not wanting to buy enough for everyone.
I just love. Yeah, it's like this is extractive labor practices. Get used to it. So
You wouldn't like it. It would upset your little tummy.
yeah. So the kids started crying.
No.
I spoke up and I said to let the kids have the stuff they made, and the wife's aunt refused, saying, quote, "No, there's not enough to go around. You don't understand. You don't have kids." If you want,
This happened at Moby's Thanksgiving.
yeah, I know. I am just kind of imagining Moby doing this. I lived under the Twin Towers. Can I tell you that, kids? Glug, glug, glug. Real thing. Remember his cribs?
He lived
Moby's
at the foot
MTV
of the base of
cribs.
the Twin Towers.
He goes, "Oh, let me show you my roof," and he just opens up the roof, and the Twin Towers is just there. So, yeah,
I think there's a connection.
that was what I was mostly worried about on 9/11 was the status of Moby. I was like, he lives right there.
I think Moby knew something.
Yeah. What did Moby know, and when did he know it? That bald piece of shit. I'm gonna stick all kinds of tattoos on his head.
You ever just get pissed off?
So the guy goes to serve himself. He got a big ass salad bowl and filled it all the way to the top, grabbed 6 spoons and went over to the kids' table, and we all just pigged out on my portion of the homemade ice cream.
Oh, man.
So
Nice.
since there was hardly any left, my wife's aunt had to pull the shitty ice cream out of the fridge and eat it herself, sulking. I was worried my wife was going to be pissed, but once we got in the car, she laughed her ass off and said she loved me.
Oh.
It's like, oh, hell
that's
yeah.
good.
Now climb on
really-
top, baby.
I really got into those characters in that one.
We defeated your evil aunt. And now I'm ready for leftover turkey sandwiches.
Oh,
You
dude.
don't have kids. If you did, they'd hate you.
That's why none of mine are here. We got a couple more. This one is inept noodles. and this is fucking horrifying. My mom picked up an entire stick of butter with her hands and used it to butter her corn. No wrapper, just hand to bare butter stick.
That's another drunk behavior. I
And
feel
is it the whole thing on the corn? Like,
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. I think she's got a hot corn in one hand and then just is
man.
grasping the butter and then just running it up and
stick
down.
of butter on a ear of corn does sound pretty good, though.
Yeah.
I mean, you get it done for sure. Yeah.
But there's no need to. What's the hurry here? It's
Right.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Also, there's presumably a bunch of people at the table. Like, ugh, come on.
Time to take mom to the home.
Yeah. Kev will. My mother-in-law's trashy every Thanksgiving. Hell yeah. My wife and I host about 15 people, and everyone brings side dishes. Not her mother, though. She only brings stuff for herself.
Fuck yeah.
I love the villainous behavior. Is just there's something I respect about
Eats
it.
3 Arby's beef and cheddars to herself. Don't look at me.
There was one I didn't include where somebody showed up with a case of White Castle, and they said that they were late and they left first and they just ate the White Castle while everybody else ate the other food. I'm like, that is so amazing.
Dude, I the other day, I think it was a couple months ago, Arby's did the 5 for $5 again. I don't know if y'all remember.
Oh
that.
shit, yeah.
Whoa.
But it was briefly you could get 5 roast beef sandwiches for $5 in 2024.
Yeah, wow.
So I immediately go get 5 roast beef sandwich. I'm staying at a hotel in Ohio somewhere.
Okay.
And so I was like, well, I'll have 2.
Right.
So then I ate all 5.
Right. Of course.
Because they're hot, they're great.
Yeah.
Let me tell you this. The shit you take after you eat 5 Arby's roast beef sandwiches.
Powerful.
Nobody is ready for. There's no stomach on earth that is like, what the fuck are you doing? Why is a 5th sandwich coming down into me, dude?
5 for 5 for 5 hours for 5 days.
It was such a mistake. But,
For fighting.
Got kicked
Yeah, for fighting.
5 for 5 for 5 hours for 5 days for fighting.
That gelatinous roast beef paste just
Oh,
doesn't agree
man.
with.
Dude.
I do it again.
It's
Oh
like,
fuck yeah, love Arby's.
Good deal. Very
if
good
you
deal.
if you're out there listening and you know anyone who's ever worked at an Arby's, I don't know if this is still the practice, but definitely like mid 2000s era, ask them about how they essentially grow that meat like in a pan. Like it's like gelatinous, like
I
sludge.
think that's a urban legend.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I
don't
worked
know.
at Jimmy John's, and I would see when they would deliver the meat, and it would be a cube.
Cube. Yeah,
A
that cube.
of turkey.
Hell yeah.
They
Same thing at
slice it.
Subway, yeah.
Cube of ham. It's like, oh boy.
You should just have like Arby's roast beef on a Subway sandwich roll, and then it's just like a complete non-food meal. It's like, I'm just eating chemicals. I'm just shit for 5 days.
So the mother-in-law only brings stuff for herself and proudly announces that whatever she brings is just for her. It's not for diet purposes.
Oh, boy.
Because she eats all the other
It's
food
for greedy
too.
little fucker purposes.
She eats all the other food too.
What the hell?
I
Oh,
love
wow.
that. She's got her own little stash, and then also she's just eating all your mac and cheese and stuff. all,
Being a fat little stinker about this.
also, she treats our guest room and bathroom like a hotel. When she leaves, she takes the toilet paper rolls, tissue box, paper towels, and soap. Fuck yeah. Yes.
That's not what I thought treating it like a hotel was.
Yeah, me neither. I don't know.
That's
I
what you
didn't even
should.
know what that meant. Like she tried to stay for multiple nights.
No, she's stealing. Hopefully, the bathrobe too. You know, hopefully. Fuck is my bathroom?
Blowing that bathroom up,
Your
too.
mother. Acorn Girl. My grandmother didn't like my dad very much, and she picked a fight with him on Thanksgiving. He decided that he was going home. When he realized that his daughter would be going home with him, she yelled a lot, and then, as a last-ditch effort, dramatically clenched her chest and collapsed very carefully. It was outside on the grass, and I guess she didn't want to bump her head. Dad offered to call
Like Sanford and Son style.
Straight up, I'm coming, Elizabeth. Dad offered to call 911, but my grandfather said it wasn't necessary. And when my grandmother realized nobody was taking her seriously, she just opened her eyes, allowed grandfather to help her up, and then went inside.
Oh my god.
I love that. That's a desperation ploy right there.
God.
Villain.
Makes me feel a lot better about
Right.
behavior.
Or just any like uncomfortable slight argument or whatever that happened at my family's Thanksgiving.
Right,
It's-
right.
Is so not even close.
Right.
Yeah, you know what? I'm thankful for that.
Yeah.
It is like I think like I had nothing when we were asked point blank the question, but like this is like I'm reminded of things now through these.
You stole the Cheez-Its.
I was awfully naughty about Cheez-Its as a young boy.
That's why I included that one. I was like, one thing I know about old CG.
Oh yeah, my brother used to make fun of me for eating an entire box of Cheez-Its every day from when I came home from school.
Dude,
They're good.
Yeah,
They are
it was
pretty good.
It was pretty impressive.
Yeah. I mean, and the technology now from where we were in the 90s, we used to just have the orange and the white.
I would just do that and watch Power Rangers.
Dude, now they
It
got
was
the
a
extra
simpler time.
cheesy. They got the extra crunchy.
Dude, when they came out with extra crunchy, my dad called me.
Hell yeah.
Like, he was so excited. Every time there's a new cheese development, my dad is on top of it.
Oh my God.
But when they came out the box where it was like the extra, like the burnt
Oh,
ones.
he loves those too.
Yeah,
the burnt ones.
Loves
oh,
the burnt
man.
Yeah,
I
that's
was
what
like,
we're
this
talking
is-
about. You know where those go? On top of mac and cheese situation. Yeah. Call your dad right now. Let's get him on the phone. Let's blow his mind.
Okay.
Be like, dude, crush him up in a Ziploc, put him on top of mac and cheese, and bake that shit.
Hey, Dad, do you want to live the life of a double wide? With there? You put these crackers on top of your mac and cheese.
You'll see. I'm gonna make them this Thanksgiving. You'll all see.
Don't you, Meg? Don't you?
They called me mad at the academy.
The extra toasty Cheez-Its are like the mezcal of Cheez-Its.
Yes.
Like it's got that
Oh.
smoky
Got the
flavor.
smoky, the scotch. Yeah, it's got the peat.
Some of those and some mezcal on the rocks would be pretty nice.
Hey, all right now.
Mix a little amino in there, dude.
Yeah, a little amino mango.
Amino mango, mezcal, and Cheez-Its. Dude.
And a manifesto that you're typing manically on your computer.
I call it my Mazcal Festo. My extra toasty Mazcal Festo.
This does remind me of one time at Thanksgiving. There was like my grandpa and my cousin who's in the Navy got in a fight about the state of the Navy now.
Oh God.
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of pussies now.
That was my grandfather's central
Really?
argument. Yeah.
What do you know about Guadalcanal, bitch?
It was like, well, my cousin's also like, he was like a commander of like a battleship.
That's
and shit.
awesome.
And he was just like, my grandpa would do this like, so I was like, I don't know, I just feel like he would say it this like feeble kind of way, but he was just like, it just seems like the Navy's made of cowards now. I don't know. Don't yell at me.
That's awesome, though.
Yeah.
Like, all of this, it's just villain behavior. It's fantastic,
People save it up all year.
man. It's so funny because our family, at least, you know, my dad's side of the family is the one that we regularly have Thanksgiving with. They are so fucking passive about none of this would ever happen.
Yeah.
Like, it's unimaginable. The most scandalous thing was, and I talked about it last year, we all went to Asheville up in North Carolina, and my Uncle Jim showed up with a bunch of chicken that he just put on a grill and then just left it there and then went to sleep. And so we came back in the morning, it was just hockey pucks. And then he did it again the next night. And I'm like, I think he just likes sitting next to a smoking grill. He has no intention of eating these chicken thighs.
That's man shit.
Breathe
Yeah.
it in. That's how you get some nutrients.
Literally, him and my dad just sit next to it and just shoot the shit.
Are they drinking?
Yes.
And smoking cigarettes? That's why he's doing it. That's
Yeah.
the classic,
Pretty
like,
fun.
my wife won't stop running her mouth. I'm going to go grill some food, baby. I have to keep an eye on it.
Yeah.
Stay inside.
That's it. Yeah, and it was cold too, so they're just like outside, just sitting next to
Yeah.
this.
That's why dad's like, they'll be like, I smoked this for 18 hours.
Okay.
I ran away from my feelings for 18 hours making this sweaty meat for you.
I saved this one for last. Homanisto. I was at my wife's uncle's house for Thanksgiving, and his wife decided to play their wedding video right after dinner since it was
What?
their anniversary. She looked for half an hour to find the videotape and gathered a group of 25 to watch it in the living room. In the video, right as she's walking down the aisle, midway down the aisle, it goes fuzzy and cuts to Dale Earnhardt's funeral. Uncle Joe used that tape to record Dale Earnhart's funeral. I started laughing, and everyone else was in shock.
That is the most American sentence
so
on
goddamn
Thanksgiving. The wedding video, Dylan. Oh my
Like,
I
you-
agree with him. A wedding video is one of the most useless pieces of garbage you could ever save.
It's over now. Now it's like they'll like text you the link to the YouTube video.
Right.
And
And then
you
some
don't-
other like YouTube conspiracy shit that they've been watching.
Yeah.
That's the equivalent of just someone shoving their phone into your face and going, "Look at this."
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
I care about this a lot.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no one's wedding, even the queen. Like, I can't imagine. Why would you watch a wedding you weren't in? Why would anyone want to see it?
Yeah. Now Dale
Every
Earnhardt's
wedding
funeral. Now
Right.
that is worth watching again and again.
Like every wedding I've been to, that part I hate. Like the main part where they.
The main
That's
part's
the
like, I'm
worst.
hungry. Let's get this
Yeah, I'm
over.
fucking hungry.
Fucking hungry. Shut up. Wait, you're doing the rings tied together thing
Yeah.
and the fucking vows?
And then whatever priest they chose is like, and on a personal note, I just want to say this beautiful property that we picked out for this wedding.
I love that when they comment on the wedding that's happening while it's
I like
happening.
think the venue and the caterer. Like, let's fucking go.
Shut up. I can smell the rice and beans and
Yeah,
chicken and
dude.
shit.
They're putting it away.
So anyway, if you're listening out there, you're on your way to Thanksgiving right now, keep it together. But hey, I want to hear from our listeners. So come join the Discord if you're not already. Tweet at us at The Goods Pod.
Should we? Maybe
Yeah.
we can read out some of the best ones.
Oh, that'd be fun. Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. We'll read them out on the stream when this episode comes out. It just occurred to me that we normally stream on Thursdays. Thanksgiving's going to be happening, so might have to fire something up. We'll see. Yeah. So anyway, tweet us with your trashy Thanksgiving story. We got international listeners too that maybe haven't experienced Thanksgiving. So start one and then do something fucked up.
Have a holiday where you kill all the indigenous people who live there.
Or
And
just tell us about a horrible fight you got in with your family.
Yeah, I guess that's
Yeah,
really
yeah.
let's
Any
cut
time
to
of
the
the
chase.
year.
Yeah, that's kind of what we want to hear.
Did your cousin steal all of Grandpa's painkillers? Tell us about that.
I thought these were my painkillers.
I have some painkillers just like this at home, so
he don't need them, dude.
he's gonna fucking die. Who cares?